Hello everyone, this is your professor once again, Danny Araneta Cabulay, for the course Tourism Entrepreneurship. We're now in the module on how to develop or prepare a marketing plan. Well, a marketing plan is one of the most important aspects of any business plan because without a marketing plan, it will be very difficult for a company to survive, especially a new enterprise. So first we will talk about what exactly is a marketing plan. This serves as a startup enterprise's guide on how to promote and sell its products and services as well as sustain its financial performance. Of course, if you're not able to sell any of your products or services, there's no money coming into the business. Then you won't survive. It is often anchored on a deep and comprehensive grasp of the target market's evolving needs, wants, and aspirations, and their buying behaviors or pattern. Ibig sabihin, mas kilala mo ang iyong customer, mas madali mong maibibigay yung gusto nila. So therefore, they will patronize your products and services. Kung hindi mo kilala ang market mo, you don't know what they really want or need, nobody's gonna buy your products. A good and realistic marketing plan is a requisite for a credible revenue or sales forecast. Okay? Yung iba kasi forecast lang ng forecast, dapat yan nakaangkla sa inyong marketing plan. First things first, we need to understand the demand-supply gap. It is important to estimate the projected supply of product or service in the next 5 years. Okay? So ano ba yung produktong binibenta mo? Ilan ang nagbebenta niyan sa merkado? At ilan naman ang may gustong bumili? Okay? Meanwhile, equally important is to estimate the projected demand. So you project the demand and then you project also the supply. Okay? This can be sourced from industry reports, interview with experts, or focus group discussion among competitors. It would be a tedious and highly unreliable method to use surveys. Kasi kung minsan yung survey, you will not get accurate data. Okay? The demand-supply gap determines the prospects for new entrants in the industry. For example, you want to come up with a particular business, alamin mo muna, ilan na ba ang nag-aalok ng ganyang produkto o serbisyo dun sa aking area? Tapos, ilan naman kaya ang bibili? Okay? So, dapat mas maganda kung mas mataas ang demand kaysa sa supply. Let us say, let's look at one particular example. I live in BF Homes, so let's look at the different coffee shops in BF Homes. Okay? So let me tell you, the population of BF Homes, one of the biggest barangays, well, the biggest barangay in Parañaque is 90,000 and it's growing at a rate of 2% per year or per annum. 16% of the population patronize coffee shops in the neighborhood at least once a week. So these are professionals, students, families, entrepreneurs. There are about 15 small coffee shops along Aguirre Street, Lopez Street, and President's Avenue. These are the main thoroughfares in BF Homes, okay? With an average of 20 seating capacity. Kasi yung pinakamaliit na coffee shop dito has a seating capacity of 8 persons lang. Pero yung pinakamalaking coffee shop dito can accommodate about 36 persons, okay? So, average mga 20 at 15 sila na naglalaban-laban. So, the peak hours is between 7 a.m. and 11 a.m. That's breakfast or brunch, and then you have 3 to 6 p.m. That's merienda time, and then 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. That's after dinner. So yung tinatawag natin na nightcap. Maraming gustong magkape after dinner, right? So, and there's an average of 1 new coffee shop every year na sumusulpot. So bagong kalaban yon. Okay? So let's try to do a projection for 2023, next year, until 2027. That's a 5-year projection. So if you calculate the demand, so you look at 16% of the population patronizing once a week multiplied by 52 weeks in a year, okay? And then you multiply it by what you call this, that is the demand, okay? Now, when you talk about the supply, okay, here's 15 coffee shops multiplied by 20 seating capacity per coffee shop, multiplied by, let's say, how many days are there in a year? Let's just put it at 360 days a year. And then you have that in a day, you know, 1 seat can be accommodated by can be filled up by 6 customers. Ibig sabihin ng isang upuan sa coffee shop, 6 na beses siyang mauupuan during the day. So you do that multiplier. So what you get now would be, For 2023, the demand would be 763,776 and the supply would be 648,000. And the difference, there is a gap, demand-supply gap of 115,776. Ibig sabihin, mas malaki yung demand. So, it's all right to put up a new coffee shop kasi the demand is higher. If the demand is lower than the supply, that means there is already an oversupply of coffee shops in the area. So, medyo mahihirapan kang ma-penetrate yung competition kasi masyado nang saturated ika nga. Okay? So, now let's look at the target market. A vital element of the marketing plan is for you to have a clear identification. You identify clearly your business's target market. Sino bang tina-target mo? Okay? Sino bang gusto mong maging customer? It is better if the target market is segmented or categorized. It may be presented as a pie chart according to size. Each target market segment must be described vividly in terms of, whenever possible, the characteristics, consumption, and buying patterns or behaviors, and the potential growth for that particular market segment. It is also good to cite if there is any emerging new segment. Baka may bagong market segment na sumusulput dyan. It's good to identify them. So again, let's look at an example. In BF Homes, remember the coffee shops that we talked about earlier? Okay? So the market size is about 15,184 for professionals, 4,000 plus for students, entrepreneurs, 3,006, families, and expats. So the biggest market really would be the professionals. Siyempre, dyan sila nagtatambay sa coffee shop, the chika-chika with their friends and office mates, okay? So dinidescribe din dyan ang kanilang attributes. So that's how you should produce your target market matrix, if you like it, no? So you give a description of your market. Now, another component of the marketing plan would be the competition. I want you to describe who are the competing establishments. Okay? Of course, that includes your new establishment. An important element of the marketing plan is a good understanding of the competition, both the direct and indirect. So when you say direct, you're offering the same product, you have the same target market, and the pricing is the same, and you are in the same location. It is essential to identify who are the leaders, the challengers, the laggards in the competition. Pag sinabing leader, siya yung number one. Pag sinabing challenger, siya yung pumapangalawa o pumapangatlo. Laggards, ito yung mga kulelat sa competition. And I want you to describe them briefly. You don't have to describe all the competitors, but mainly the main ones, okay? In the final analysis, one must enumerate the key success factors of the industry to be able to aim for leadership in the future. So yung key success factors, hindi pwedeng isa lang. Maybe minimum of 2, maximum of 5 critical attributes. Yun ang masasabi natin na key success factors. So if you look at the same scenario I told you earlier, coffee shops in BF Homes, ito lahat ng mga coffee shops sa BF Homes. Starbucks President, Starbucks SMBF, Parañaque, Alchemist Coffee, Larcy's, etc. etc. So nakalista yan sa slide number 9. Now, let's look at some 5 examples of competitors. Like, the leader obviously is Magnum Opus. Bakit? Kasi medyo social sila, excellent ang service, may kamahalan, they can accommodate 20 seats. Alex Coffee and Starbucks Presidents are challengers. Meanwhile, Kappa Coffee and Mesa are laggards, kulelat sila, for obvious reasons. Okay? Then, when you look at the products and prices, it's important that you should present them in the marketing plan, okay? Ano ba yung mga produktong ibebenta mo at ano yung mga presyo niya? So, kung ikaw ay nagtitinda ng pagkain, what's your menu, okay? So, in the case of a coffee shop, what's your menu, okay? It will be an important input in forecasting the sales and revenues. Kailangan alam mo ano bang tinitindan mo at magkano ang presyo niyan. So, yan ang basis for the forecasting of the revenues and sales. One must factor anticipated price increases in the next 5 years. That means for year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, hanggang year 5, dapat merong konting price increase. You should reflect that in your projection. Okay? Para realistic. Now, let's talk about marketing strategies. Naku, sangkatutak yung marketing strategies. Ito yata ang pinaka-importanting part. So, importante na i-identify natin ano ba yung mga marketing strategies na pwede natin gamitin. Okay? So, one must be careful in choosing the set of marketing strategies. You don't have to implement all of this. Choose maybe 3, 4, or 5 strategies. Huwag naman isa lang. Siguro mga 2, 3, 4, hanggang 5 maximum. Choose maximum of 5 strategies that you think will work for your new business. Okay? So maraming klase ng strategies. There's flanking, yan yung ginagaya mo, yung best practice ng isang kalaban. Benchmarking, kapag ang ginagaya mo, yung leader. Okay? Take note ha. Pag ordinaryong kalaban lang ang ginagaya mo, flanking ang tawag doon. Pag leader ang ginagaya mo, benchmarking. Then there's guerrilla marketing. Yan yung tinatag mo lahat ng mga friends mo dun sa bagong business mo. Yan, sa social media. That's an example, okay? Blue ocean, you try to be different, okay? Horizontal integration. So, parang gusto mong bilhin yung kalaban mong establishment. You can only do that pag establish ka na, okay? CSR, so you mahilig ka mag-donate, meron ka mga charity projects, okay? So, you are a business with a heart. Bundling, so the prices of several products, when you put them together, medyo mas mababa kaysa pag binili mo siya separately. Perfect example niyan yung value meal ng mga fast food, right? Okay. Meron din tayong tinatawag na blue ocean strategy. You try to be different. So you offer something really different. Okay? That's a blue ocean strategy. Okay? Then there's what you call horizontal integration. You buy out the competition. Okay? Merger and acquisition, when you also buy other businesses, not necessarily related to your company, okay? And then partnership, okay? Then you have specialization. You only stick to your specialized business. Hindi ka na nagtitinda ng iba pang bagay. Kaya kung puro t-shirts lang ang binibenta mo, puro t-shirts lang. So hindi ka nagbebenta ng coffee mug, hindi ka nagbebenta ng pagkain. Purely t-shirts lang. You specialize, okay? So you can select, no? You can select the kind of strategy that you like, maximum of 5, okay? So if you have any queries about the strategies, you can PM me directly and I'll explain them to you more vividly, okay? Networking, ayan yung kung you try to establish a broad set of people who can help you promote your products, okay? Relationship marketing, that means you treat your customers like family. So you get details about them and then you greet them during their birthdays or special occasions like Christmas or Valentine, Mother's Day, Father's Day, etc. Okay? Now, the last aspect of the marketing plan is the marketing budget. Here, you simply enumerate and calculate all expenses related to marketing. This figure will be an important input in the financial plan. Make sure your figures are realistic. Examples of expenses would be sales promotions expense, commissions, travel and transportation expense, advertising expenses, salaries of account executives, public relations expense, advocacy expense, representation expense, etc. Okay? Now, here's pop question number 7, which you have to answer, okay? Through the UST Blackboard. What criteria would you use in selecting the best fit marketing strategies in your business plan? There's no need for an explanation. Just enumerate to me the criteria. Maring 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Bahala kayo. Just enumerate them. Deadline for posting will be June 3, Friday. No? But I'm extending this maybe until Saturday if you like. Okay? So, deadline for submission of project tasks will be Sunday. Okay? Bye!